Hello, YouTube. Guitar persons. I had to wait all freaking day sitting next to a box and I couldn't open it. And that's very painful. Imagine you get a guitar that you've been waiting for and that you're very curious about because the nice people from Eastman are cool people and they showed you very cool guitars at trade shows. And then you get a box and you can't open it because Leslie was all day at work all day with the animals. So now we have a few minutes before she has to feed more animals. But here's the box. So I said, babe, we need to open it. So no more words. Here's a box that says on top. That's not the right top. SB59V. I don't know what that means. And then it says things in letters that I can't read. Now, while I open, let's do before. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about the history of Eastman. Now, some of you think these are Gibsons, which means actually a Gibson is actually a totally illegal ripoff of Gibson that says Gibson on it, which is highly illegal. These are not cheap Gibson copies from China. This is not a factory in China that works with world music and works OEM for other brands. What Eastman is, as far as I understand, in the 80s, the now CEO of Eastman went to Berklee College of Music. Hello, brother. Me too. And I think he was a flute player. And he saw that a lot of the string players had subpar instruments because they couldn't afford high-end instruments. And he said, well, maybe we can do something about that because I know a lot of very good, high-grade builders in Beijing. So he went back home and brought the guys at Berklee some of those instruments that those guys were building. And they were blown away because for a relatively low rate, they could get very high-end instruments. Now he thought, that's a good idea. Let's continue doing this. Now Eastman is building a lot of brass, woodwinds. They cover a lot in the classical world because it's where he came from. At a later date, they added mandolins. Now a mandolin is similar to a violin, fiddly bits. Tough to do right. If you can build a violin, you already know your craft. Now going over to the mandolin is, not the big change. Then from the mandolin, what made sense is to go to acoustic guitars, which is kind of mandolin-y, just a little bit bigger. From there, to go to archtops and jazz guitars is kind of like an acoustic guitar with pickups. Similar. Now, technically, if you can build acoustic guitars and jazz guitars, which is the high craft of guitar building, lots of acoustics involved. Going to solid bodies is, what do these mandolin acoustic jazz builders care about a solid body? It's not like all of a sudden this is going to be something they can't do. Now with a little bit of adjustment, all of a sudden you build something where you go like, that's easy, come on. Which is what Eastman has been doing in the last couple of years. They added solid bodies to the range. Now they have great acoustics, amazing jazz boxes. Watch my video from NAMM where we see one with the ovals and it's an amazing design. And designs where they don't copy but innovate. So here is their take on the single cut called the SB59. I don't know what SB stands for. I just know that the whole Eastman factory in Beijing is not producing for anyone else. It is Eastman only, and it is a brand that through years and years and years of evolution has now found their way to solid body guitars. So this is not the same as a Chinese factory that builds for someone else. There isn't a company that has a drawing and says, you build that, and then there has to do their QC. This is their own brand and pretty high end, if I might say so. So I'm going to open this now. This is nice. This feels like suede. It's not. It's a fake leathery kind of suede thing with beautifully agey kind of locks on them. Very neat. So, a neat case already. Thing that we probably should say from the get-go, this guitar clocks in at around, not exactly, but around, depending on where you buy it, 2K. Which means it is in the price range of the Maybach Leicester, which I have one of, which also comes in a beautiful case. It is in the price range of roughly an FGN LS30, which is a great guitar. The Maybach has amber pickups, very high end. The FGN has Seymour Duncans, which is very nice. This thing has Lollas. Lolla Imperials. That's what it has. And a very nice case, if I might say so. That's it. That is it. And it feels as if it's like dirt old. Already. It's like you open this and you're like, who played this before me? Many people. Whoa. First of all, inside the case, gorgeous. Look inside. Don't look at the guitar. Look inside the case. Come on. Very nice. Whoa, look. A cleaning cloth. Sticker. Wrenches with stick. So all the case candy is here. Ow! Now this color is their violin antique something varnish. Is that what it's called? I think it is. Lolla, made in the USA. This is the kind of varnish they put on the violins, which is very nice. And it's sporting a pretty neat flame. Not insane flame, but come on, no, it's pretty, no, I mean, come on. And the honey gold something of the knobs perfectly with the top. That's where the aging of the guitar kind of shows that it's fake, because there's plastic on the pickups, which of course we're going to remove. I wish they had done that beforehand, because it's actually going into the pickup ring as well, which isn't perfect. Now I've got some plastic stuck here. So yeah, it is removed here, so that's kind of weird. Well, I'll get the rest out later. Now, fret ends are beautifully rounded. Everything looks old. We have pretty well centered dots, not that anyone cares. So let's look at the fret ends over here. Come on. Let's look at those fret ends. Come on, I mean, how sexy is that? Can you see the beautifully rounded fret ends? Look at the centered side dots right there. Come on, how centered is that? That's pretty good centered. Pretty well. The neck in the back looks also beautifully aged. It's not a mega high gloss. You can feel the wood and the pores everywhere. I don't know who makes these old style tuners. We're probably going to have problems with the G string, because this is, you know, the way that guitars are, that have that headstock. This looks like a bone nut. I'm going to go with it's probably a bone nut. It's a very simple headstock, but looks like a kind of a mother of pearl inlay there. It looks like they filed these down a bit, so you don't have the plastic of the tuner. You don't have the mold seam. That is very nicely done. In the back, red to orange all there. This you can see is of course new. This is plastic. Okay. And look here, right there, where it actually looks as if it has some dings there from having been played. The aging job is absolutely brilliant. Don't know, let me see if you can see that. There, right there. You can see that actually it looks as if it's been dinged right there where you would play it. I love that it doesn't have the stupid holes from the pickguard, because I'm not a pickguard fan. This has been aged beautifully. We know what kind of guitar that is supposed to be. It's a very traditional single cut. Now, we're gonna go into a bunch of amps, but first we're gonna tune it. Gonna stretch this out a bit. And have I mentioned around 2K. All of it up. Okay, it couldn't be easier to tune. Whatever they used as the machine heads here, holy crap, it also means that the nut is perfectly lubricated and all that. That already, wow. I mean, this is just that's, wow. Okay, so we're gonna go into the Tone King Sky King for some cleans. You're gonna hear that through the aux, right there, but also with the MTP 440 from Lewitt in front of the cab. No, you don't, because the tuner is still on. That's round and fat and warm. Holy shit. Beautiful. I mean, roundness. Holy crap, hola. Middle position. What was it chord that Baker played? I don't know. I don't remember. Baker, what was the damn chord? I don't remember. So, and then bridge position. It just came out of the box. Don't hate me when it's not perfectly in tune. This came from Holland, by the way, not from China, which is where the European distributor sits. Oh yeah, it's all over the place. Here we go. Now we're back. I'm already madly in love with the neck humbucker. Bearded grizzly man Jason Lawler knows how to do pickups. How does it go? That's from Andy Wood's new album. Check that out. So I'm going to put a little bit of drive on there. In this case, from the Pro Analog Devices Manticore, but the hand-wired version. We're going to go to the Bogner Ecstasy Blue pedal. Gonna check the tuning again quickly. Okay, let's move amps. I'm gonna go into, and why not, the Achilles Argos, which is a very classic. It's right there on the top right. JTM kind of a thing. Fiddle with that. It's that dang G string on those headstocks. Nothing you can do about it. So now we're in a very classic kind of non-master volume blown up amp situation, like in the good old days. I just blew that amp up more with the Manticore. That rhymes. And I'm moving on to, I think it's number 7, but what do I know? Let's go to number 4, which is the Marshall JCM 800. Doesn't really get a lot more classic than that. Again, new guitar, I got to tune. Maybe I don't. Ecstasy and the Marshall, that works fine. We're going to the, I don't know what that is, the Laney LA30BL. I'm going to all the rock amps. Here we go. Okay, I think we do something at the end, which I will be able to pull off, hopefully. So, we'll move on to the Dirty Shirley from my buddy David Friedman. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. It is late. It's just fun. And we're moving on to one more, which I have on, which is the Rev 100P, which is number 8. Because that's a modern thing. We have a classic guitar, but modern players play classic guitars. So let's see if we do... Can you hear that clarity? That's amazing. Okay, we'll try one more thing, and then I shall leave you alone. First of all, I'll rub it with some Dario RX XLR8, which I like for the slippiness. And I'll just try to noodle over a track. I'm gonna drag in a noodle track, and I'm gonna noodle over it. Because the guitar just came out of the box. Let's see how inspiring it is. For that, I would have to stop the audio here a bit. Leslie keeps on going. I'll be right back with you. Eastman SB59. You'll see it here a bit. Animals at the end.
After the trial of life, blueprints passed down the line. It can't